Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at LifeU. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today we have a very unique guest from campus, and it's something that doesn't get talked about on campus a lot, but it is happening in the university. Hi, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome. And talk to us. Can you introduce yourself? What is your role in the university?
Yeah, I'm Sailaja Pydimarri. I'm an assistant professor for the CIM, Computer Information Management Systems, and pretty soon we are actually changing to CIST, Computer Information Systems and Technology.
Wow.
That is really interesting, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, beautiful changes and evolution.
It's evolution, exactly. And I've been teaching at Life University for the past 10 years. And I teach typically the programming because I'm master's in electrical engineering and also in computer science. I teach the programming courses besides the database design, web design, and then, operating systems and information management systems courses.
So a lot of beautiful, careers, right? That people can go into and kind of evolve from that. That's awesome. So you mentioned 2 master's degree right there. Is that correct?
Yes.
What a beautiful resource for the students. So with those 2 master's degree and the different programmings that you're teaching, what are some of those careers that students can benefit from when they go into computer information technologies as a career base?
Yeah, typically students get into the programming, if they're interested in developing software, so they can be software developers or programmers, and we have several of our alumni, being absorbed or let's say working as software developers like Java developers or C# developers, VB developers, and we have also students, working as web developers. And then we have database design, with Oracle database, and a few students are working as SQL developers too.
Wow!
So there's a variety of career opportunities. There's a lot for the students, and similarly we do have the data analytics. I don't know, that's the current field. Everyone is talking about data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And that is what now I'm also actually getting a little bit trained in training and all, doing some certifications so that I can guide the students, the future students, for more opportunities.
Right. And that's so important because technology is something that is ever evolving. And we were just talking about that before we started recording, is that if you don't stay up to date with the different technology pieces of it, then of course, all the webs in your mind kind of start building up and you're unable to kind of identify the progress, right? And as the world becomes even more technology based, it's really important to have an understanding of that. And I want to talk to you about being a woman in this career because it's not very common, and I'm excited to have you here for that. Talk to me a little bit about that experience of being a woman in that career based.
Yeah, as you mentioned, being a woman or man, it doesn't really matter, but I really want to share one of my experiences when I was a master's student at Southern Poly State University. Of course, now it is taken by Kennesaw State University. I was chosen as a Google for women kind of opportunity because they chose actually 2 female candidates from reputed universities, with 4.0 GPA.
Wow.
To their workshop, Google workshop for women. That's what was conducted that time. I don't even remember the year and all. So I was there, and I got a chance to meet. It's like the cream of the women.
The cream of the crop.
Yeah, exactly. From the top universities, and it was a really great workshop. We had with the senior people working in Google, and after that. They did some kind of follow-up also, whether you like the workshop or if you want to, get some jobs, in future. Because that was like when I was kind of, halfway done with my master's. So after completing your degree, you can come, all that. It was good. But, yes, being women, we don't feel that kind of, differentiation or anything. But, everybody is kind of, encouraging. that's all I would say.
You're definitely like paving the path to inspire also other women to take that role, because when I think that it's beautiful that you talk about it from a standpoint of, it doesn't really change much whether you're a woman or not.
Yes.
But I want to say you are making a difference. You are making an impact. You are inspiring young women that are interested in the career but not quite feel comfortable because being intimidated,
Yeah, exactly.
but you are making that difference. So thank you for doing so.
Thank you very much.
So in the classes that you're teaching at the university, you teach only for that program, because we do have a computer information management program, or do you also kind of interlap? Can students take classes outside of that program that are enrolled outside of the program from that?
Yeah, occasionally we do get, students, from other majors too. For example, in my CIM 305, Information Management Systems, I do have a chiropractic student and I have a couple of, nutrition major students. Mm-hmm. The reason is they want to, because, everywhere it is information, it is data, and you should know how to manage it. Like, for example, you're an entrepreneur and you want to have your own, whatever organization or company, or you want to run your own nutrition lab, you're a dietitian and all. So you should know how to manage. Like, for example, in that course, we teach, the systems requirements and also security measures we need to take. And also what kind of storage systems we have, because it has been changing. Earlier we used to have, remember when first time, when the astronauts went to the moon, the time the computers were with 2 megabyte kind of RAM.
Yeah.
But right now we are getting 8 gigabyte or even 32 gigabyte RAM, or even more 256 GB RAMs are also coming with supercomputers. So it has changed so much. So with the storage also, we used to have, floppy disks.
Yeah, floppy disks.
And then those CDs and then flash drives. And nowadays, this cloud storage. So, you don't have to, keep anything with you. You can do the cloud storage. So, of course, there are some challenges also with cloud storage, because security breaches are there, data breaches are there. So, we have to be aware of all those things. Mm-hmm. So, that is what, is interesting to some of the students, that are not CIM or CIST majors. So they want to know the new technology, or what are the things that we need to know so that we can stay up top and also we can keep up with the technology.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's important. I love that students are taking the opportunity to step into that classroom to grow and evolve, because whether you're doing, quote unquote, blue collar, just work and environment, there's still data, there's still numbers, there's still math that you have to get done, and there's still tracking that you have to get done. So whether you're in construction, you have to know how many cases of paint or whatever it is there is, and that goes into a database and so forth and so on, so that your employer is able to help you and address that. So whether or not we want it, computer information management is important and is essential for the development of any career.
Sure, essentially.
Exactly. Yes. So I'm curious, what is your favorite class to teach?
My favorite class to teach is actually programming. Mm-hmm. Of course, I love all the classes, programming and then database design and, analytical kind of, courses also, where we do the analysis with the data. Mm-hmm. So those are the things, And web design is also, interesting. And sometimes, even if the course, is kind of a little bit, gray and all. The students, the way students come and interact and show interest, will make the whole class, kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
So,
and with programming, I understand that there's different languages to it.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do have different languages. For example, in our Life University, we offer actually what Visual Basic at the beginners level, and we are actually planning to change it to Python, because everywhere now it is Python, and it is very, very kind of, new. New means in the sense like, for data science and data analytics, it is used a lot, whether you want to work with Power BI or you want to work with R Studio and all, for data analytics, Python is a language. So we are planning to change that to Python, starting this fall. And then we also teach at the next level is we have C# or Java. So these are the 3 programming languages we teach. Of course, for web design, HTML, CSS, they're not the traditional programming languages, but still, you have to remember follow the logic and a little bit of syntax, of that type of scripting languages.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's really interesting. What advice would you give to a student that might be interested in programming or might be interested in being part of like the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics kind of spectrum? What advice would you give a student that's kind of interested but weighing it out with other programs?
Okay. So definitely, when it comes to programming or computer classes, if you observe the salaries, they're very, very interesting. They're more attractive salaries. Will be there for computer students. So, advice that I will give is be thorough with your math courses. Take all the required math courses, and then the computer classes. Whatever structure we have, follow the same structure. Don't try to do the courses at your own kind of convenience. So follow the structure so that it gets kind of built up, one after the other. So, for example, you do first programming course, and then you go for the second programming course. Right. That way, you will learn better, and then you will get more benefited too. With the challenging exercises as you go up the ladder.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Is there, how can students find you whenever they're on campus?
Oh, they can find me in my office, in CGUS 103, or they can email me with at my email address, sailaja.pydimarri@life.edu.
Awesome.
So those are the two ways. And most of the times, when I'm on campus, mostly I'll be in CGUS 133 classroom, with the students.
The computer classroom.
Computer classroom, making up labs or teaching the students.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for serving for so long at the university and for being so open. Thank you so much for being an inspiration for females in the industry. And thank you so much for being an inspiration just in general for the students, whether they are in that program or not. They can still feel they can reach out and take the classes and take the courses because, like we said, it's ever evolving. You have to evolve with technology. So thank you for being here today.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your quarter. And thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Living Life, a Life View. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.